Here we are with another edition of Football Night in McAllen. We're coming to you from the city of Palms, McAllen in the Rio Grande Valley here in South Texas. It's going to be a good one. The season opener between the Edinburg Bobcats and the McAllen Nikki Rowe Warriors is coming your way next, right here on Football Night in McAllen. Yes, here we are, Football Night in McAllen, the season opener for the Nikki Rowe Warriors. Hello, I'm Mark May along with Mario Reyna. There you see the visiting team, the Edinburg Bobcats, looking to start the year on the winning track. They have a brand new coach this year. Same thing for the Nikki Rowe Warriors, and their new coach is coaching his alma mater, Coach Robert Flores. And here you see the mascot cheerleaders, everybody getting ready here at Fred's Pharmacy Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's a whole new era here in McAllen. They have the beautiful new scoreboard. We'll show you that in a few moments. They're getting ready for the national anthem here shortly and the coin toss. All that coming your way here in a moment. But joining me now is Mario Reyna. And Mario, looking at the keys to the night, I know both of these teams want to start the year off on a winning note.
And you're right, Mark, because today is the debut of both head coaches. We have Robert Flores for the Rowe Warriors and J.J. Leija for the Edinburg Bobcats, and a lot of tradition for them because they are players that played on each team. So what kind of philosophy? They got new philosophies, a new start, and which team adapts to that philosophy. And of course, like anything else, Mark, first game of the year, a lot of jitters. We're looking for teams to try to minimize their mistakes. And at the end of the day, special teams usually have something to do with the outcome of the game.
Yeah, the kicking game can be really important, and something unique about Nikki Rowe. Let's talk about their quarterback for a moment. He's one magazine, a high school sports magazine, billed him as the preseason offensive player of the year. Jesus Sanchez, he's a dual threat on the special teams too, isn't he?
Jesus Sanchez is quite the athlete. He also plays basketball, and he's a track star. He's a gifted athlete, and he can make things happen, and he's got experience. I was talking to offensive coordinator Coach Tarantola earlier today, and he was just raving about his leadership skills and also his ability. They're looking for a big season out of him.
Yeah, he's number 5 right there on your screen there on the right side. Jesus Sanchez, only a junior, but he was the starting quarterback last year, and also he will be the team's kicker and punter out there. So Sanchez looks to be a factor here tonight. There you see the coin toss by the referee, Jerry Alanis. Let's see who wins the toss here. They got Nikki Rowe, of course. You can see they have their silver helmets, so it's kind of like a throwback uniform for them a little bit. Back in the 90s, they wore the silver helmets, and that was probably back when Coach Bobby Flores was a player for these Nikki Rowe Warriors. So he liked that silver helmet, and I guess he wanted to bring it back, and hopefully that'll be a good omen there for these Nikki Rowe Warriors. We're going to continue with our pregame festivities here in just a moment. Time now to get things rolling here with the Nikki Rowe Warriors on Football Night in McAllen. Beautiful open there put together by the MITV crew during the off-season. They actually shot some of that video in June. Brought the players out here one night to the stadium, lit it up and everything like that. Got some beautiful shots, mixed in some of the game footage for Nikki Rowe. And that's opening that you just saw is the same opening they'll play here at the stadium. And And every time there's a home game, fans will be treated to these wonderful opens to get them all riled up and pumped up for the game. We've got one for the Warriors, of course. When the Mustangs are at home, they'll have one. When the Bulldogs are at home, they'll have one. That's tailored just for them. There you see the Warrior fans. Quite a few fans here tonight. It is Parents' Night here at the season opener. And the Warriors this year with their kind of, an old face there is their new head coach, and Coach Robert Flores. And he was quite a player back in his day, back in the 90s, wasn't he?
Yes, he was not only a very good football player, on occasions he would go both on offense and defense. That's how gifted he was. But he was also a very good basketball player and a very good track athlete, so all-around athlete for sure. And I wonder if in this game who has the advantage is there J.J. Leija, because Bobby Flores has been part of the Rowe program for a number of years, and J.J. Leija was with La Jolla Palmview last year. So is that going to be an advantage that Coach Flores knows his players, or is it an advantage just to come in there and you don't know anything about a team and you start brand new? So we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Edinburg trying to rebuild after last year went 1-9. Certainly uncharacteristic for the Bobcats, a team that has as storied a tradition as any in the Rio Grande Valley's history of high school football. But you can see the big scoreboard that we alluded to earlier there on the left side of your screen. It towers 65 feet in the air, and the school district was able to get that scoreboard. It was built this past summer, able to get it at no cost to the taxpayers because they were able to sell sponsorships. And you can see along the side there some sponsorships, and we appreciate their support to help us bring such a magical crown jewel, if you will, to this stadium. And it really makes everything pop, doesn't it?
It sure does, Mark. Yesterday was the first game that it was used at for the Memorial Sherland Pioneer game, and I even caught myself looking at the scoreboard on several occasions instead of watching the game because there was so much excitement. You get to see the kids that were coming out in the stands, and you could tell they were excited.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back with the national anthem in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. Coming up next, Nikki Rowe versus Edinburg High.
Triple your back-to-school savings at Gonzalez Furniture. 1.
You'll get huge additional discounts on sale-priced items.
2. You'll get free delivery valley-wide. 3.
Save more. Pay no interest for 4 years.
Also open Sundays noon to 5. Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
Football Night in McAllen. Mark May here with Mario Reyna. You can see there's a brisk wind tonight, evident by the American flag there in the left central part of your screen. They had to move the flagpole a little bit. If you remember, the flagpole used to be kind of in dead center where the scoreboard is now, so they moved the flagpole a little bit toward the east side and made room for the new scoreboard that was completed in July of this year. Well, Nikki Rowe, this is their season opener. I know last year was a bit of a year to forget. They went 3 wins and 6 losses last year. Haven't made the playoffs since 2012, but I know whenever you bring in a new head coach, you kind of bring in a new attitude, don't you? You kind of recharge your batteries.
Yes, you sure do. I went to a couple of practices, Mark, and you could see a lot of excitement. The kids are looking forward to the season. Like you said, the last 2 or 3 years, no playoffs. And the same thing for Edinburgh Bobcats. They're not used to that. They've struggled 4 or 5 years themselves. So this is a big game for both teams. They both want to start on a positive note. You don't want to start losing because then you start like, oh, okay, here we go again. What's going to happen? So
it can really do wonders for a team's confidence, especially a young team, to get off to a good start here, doesn't it?
That's right. And we know for a fact that the odds of a tie game is not there, right, because of overtime. So we know that a brand new coach today will earn his first victory because both of them come in here at 0-0. Perfect records.
Yeah, perfect records. Somebody's going to be batting 1,000 after this evening. They've got the students. I don't know if it's Students' Council or the Student Council's representatives there at center field. Nice, good display of sportsmanship out there. And there you can see the schedule for the Nikki Rowe Warriors this year. You got their season opener there with the Bobcats. Their first 4 games are on the road, so it'll be tough for Nikki Rowe going on, but they've got Mercedes, then at Brownsville Quarter, and then they have an open week, and then they play at La Jolla Juarez Lincoln for their season opener, or district opener, I should say. But that game will be on the road also. Then they have a non-district game against La Ruya out of Rio Grande City, and then it's all district games from there on. They play Palmview, Mission, Mackay Bulldogs, La Jolla, and the Memorial Mustangs. Warriors have only 4 home games this year, so it will be a little bit of an uphill battle.
And another factor to look at also is that we had Parents' Night today, so sometimes it's a Parents' Night, and then we had lightning earlier, so it disrupted the typical game flow. So that might play into the game early on in the first quarter.
Yeah, there's not any cloud coverage over the stadium, but there were a few gray clouds about 6 o'clock, about 90 minutes before the scheduled kickoff. And there was lightning detected, and so the officials followed their protocol by simply delaying the game by half hour. And at 6 o'clock, they still had time to absorb that half-hour delay and kick off at 7:30. But what caused the actual delay of the kickoff was the fact that, as you mentioned, it was Parents' Night. That takes a good 30 or 40 minutes to go through all those names. And so that part of the event tonight got started a little bit late as a result of the lightning delay. And that's why we're having a little bit of a delayed kickoff. Game time scheduled to start any moment now. It's about 15 minutes past the original scheduled start time, but we're just now at the national anthem, so I know we're only about 3 minutes away. See the color guard is out there at midfield at the middle part of your screen. That's the Nikki Rowe color guard under Major Rufino Herrera. And they're also doing something really nice this year, a new addition. If you saw our webcast last night with McAllen Memorial, you would have seen this, but every home game this year, they're going to be recognizing a Veteran of the Week. And all of these veterans are people who have who work in the McAllen School District. So it's kind of a way to honor employees and, more importantly, honor our veterans. There you can see the names of the cadets who make up the color guard. As we hear the Edinburg High School alma mater. And on the right side is Annette Nava, the left side is Cesar Guerrero, carrying the U.S. flag, Vanessa Bocanegra, and carrying the Texas flag is Jaylene Martinez. Excellent job the JROTC cadets do out there. There you see them lined up right there. They'll be going in just a moment. And the Edinburg High School alma mater playing right now. And that'll be followed by the Nikki Rowe alma mater. And a number of new features they're doing this year. Another new wrinkle, Mario, is they're going to be having a football fun zone over in the southeast part of the stadium. That's over by the visitor side, and they're inviting little kids in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade that if they want to throw the football around, they can go do it in a safe and supervised manner. They have a couple of PE coaches over there that will help out with that. There you see the big crowd there. Of course, Parents' Night, got a lot of people up here in the stands. Everybody looking at the welcome right now that's playing over the big scoreboard, recorded by the superintendent, Dr. J.A. Gonzalez. Just another nice way to welcome everybody here at the stadium. Of course, first time they've had a video screen in many, many years. The original scoreboard had a video screen, but it popped out after a year or two. And now with this new scoreboard, they've got a big video screen. Now here we go with the Nikki Rowe alma mater. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back with the national anthem in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen on MITV.
When your child enters McAllen ISD, he enters a whole new world. A world embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment. In McAllen ISD, your child is family. Enroll today.
And back here at Fred's Pharmacy Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, getting ready for tonight's game between the Nikki Rowe Warriors and the Edinburg High Bobcats. And they're just finishing up the alma mater for Nikki Rowe. Everybody on their feet for this one. And all excited and ready to start a new year of high school football. This is always the funnest time of the year because everybody in the state is undefeated at this point. And so optimism is sky high. right here at the season opener. Now we're going to have the national anthem, which will be sung by Adela Fleming. She's a member of the Nikki Rowe High School Choir, was all-district and all-region choir member, and a 4-year member of the varsity choir there at Nikki Rowe. She'll be performing the national anthem here.
And this will be a honor. She is so good. I've been hearing her for a number of years, Mark.
Thank you for your service. How about a fine
And our veterans are getting a nice round of applause. As you were alluding to earlier, Mark, we have veterans that are getting recognized.
Ladies and gentlemen, the color guard for tonight is from the Junior ROTC program at James.
They're announcing the color guard at the moment after they've saluted the veteran.
First class, Edwin Gratis. Left guard, Cadet First Sergeant Cesar Guerrero. Texas flag, Cadet Captain Jaylene Martinez. U.S. flag, Cadet Major Vanessa Bocanegra. Right guard, Cadet Captain Annette Nava. Would everyone please remain standing and remove your hats and caps for the
Okay,
playing
here
of
they
our
go
national anthem,
with the national
sung by
anthem, which will be
Adela
followed by
Fleming and all
the
district
kickoff
and all region choir
for this
members
season opener.
From Nikki Rowe High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very well done. Adela Fleming doing a wonderful job here with the Nikki Rowe Choir. Of course, fine arts is one of the crown jewels here at McAllen ISD. 4 years in a row, the district has been named a National Best Community for Music Education. That's for kindergarten all the way through the 12th grade. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the Nikki Rowe Warriors here tonight. And there we got the backs and receivers. We talked about Jesus Sanchez, who's back at quarterback. They have 4 starters returning on offense. At running back, Rodel Garcia. Then they've got 4 receivers, including the tight end, Adrian Bernal, Mark Hernandez, Hector Ramirez are the receivers. Freddie Ayala expected to start tonight at tight end. We'll see William Savage also in this game as a tight end and possibly at quarterback. Looking at the offensive line, they're a bit young there with actually 4 seniors and a junior there, but all new starters with Alan Hernandez, Roberto Salinas, Michael Vega, Alvaro Caldera, and Martin Munoz.
Expect a big year out of Alan Hernandez.
Hernandez, one of the big offensive linemen there for the Nikki Rowe team here tonight. Edinburg Bobcats coming out onto the field right now as they play the Edinburg fight song. They're getting ready to roll the open, I believe. The open you saw a moment ago on Nikki Rowe will be running here for the live stadium crowd just before Nikki Rowe makes their entrance out onto the field. So here that goes now. You can see Nikki Rowe getting ready. And how about that? The Nikki Rowe Warriors coming out excited, coming out with a flourish here, and they're ready to start the season. Nikki Rowe Band is in mid-season form, and the Warriors ready to start the season anew. Everybody excited. Going to be a terrific game here tonight between Nikki Rowe wearing their throwback helmets, the silver helmets from the glory days in the 1990s. There we see Coach Robert Flores there on the left side of your screen. This is his first game as the varsity head coach, but as you pointed out, Mario, he's been a number of years as an assistant coach with these Warriors, so he knows all these kids.
He sure does, and I was talking to him earlier because of that break that we had due to lightning, and he was you could tell he was very humbled by this golden opportunity that had been given to him, and he was you could just see him inside thinking about that. How many kids have an opportunity to go back to their alma mater to be a head coach? So he's very excited.
Indeed, he was a wingback and a safety back in the day at Nikki Rowe, playing for Coach Becky Rodriguez, who we saw earlier. He was up here in the press box just saying hello. Coach Rodriguez been retired for a number of years, but still a mainstay at McAllen ISD football and other sporting events. Nikki Rowe will be kicking off, and Edinburg High will be receiving. And back there to receive is number 5, Angel Salinas. The Bobcats have won the toss, and they'll be moving from left to right. Warriors will be going from right to left here in the first quarter. Jesus Sanchez, the quarterback we mentioned, is also their kicker, so he's out there right now.
And he's got a great leg, Mark.
And here's Sanchez making his approach, and the 2016 season is underway for both these teams. Goes about 3 yards into the back of the end zone. Salinas is going to run it out, has a hole at the 20, now room at the 30, down the sideline, and is cut off and crosses midfield into Nikki Rowe territory. About a 56-yard return there for Angel Salinas, and the Bobcats will have excellent field position at about the Rowe 47-yard line.
And we talked about it in our pregame, Mark. Special teams. Excellent field position for their first possession of the year for the Bobcats on their own territory.
So 1st and 10 here for the Bobcats. Their quarterback is number 3, Nathan Mates. The wideout, number 8, Jerry Z, is now in motion. He's going to be one of the top receivers. Mates is going to keep it himself. Quarterback draw. First down and more. Spins and goes down at about the 36-yard line. Picks up 11 yards, and it's a first down for the Edinburg Bobcats.
And Coach J.J. Leja expects a big year from Mates. He does come in here with a year of experience.
There we saw Brandon Leal, defensive back for Nikki Rowe. And here we go on first down, and there's a fumble. Ball is loose, and it looks like it's recovered. Carlos Salazar has fallen on it. It's a turnover on just the second play of the game, and the Rowe defense pulls out a big play. Carlos Salazar falls on the loose football, and Nikki Rowe has it at the 33-yard line.
Salazar at the right place at the right time. Another positive gain, and he just kind of lost it. Didn't seem like it was a forced turnover. But Salazar at the right place at the right time. Another keys to our game, minimizing mistakes.
So Nikki Rowe takes over at their own 34-yard line, follow the turnover. Sanchez is going to throw in first down. A flag goes down as he completes a short pass to Mark Hernandez, senior wide receiver. We'll see what the flag is about.
Illegal shift on the offense, number 1. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
So you saw that, an illegal shift on the first offensive play for Nikki Rowe. And that'll move it back 5 yards to the 29 and bring up 1st and 15. Warriors wearing their Kelly green jerseys with the white numerals, the gold trim, and the white pants, silver helmets. Here on 1st and 15, they're going to hand this off up the middle. That's Garcia. Garcia fights his way, hit at the 35, and continues with second effort up to about the 36-yard line. An excellent hard-nosed run right there. Picked up 7 yards. Edinburg Bobcats, by the way, wearing their blue pants with the white jerseys, blue numerals, white helmets. Look at the replay again here. We see Garcia was hit by about 4 or 5 players. And now here a quick pass. They get it out to Garcia again, and Garcia looks like he has enough for the first down as he's hit over at about the 47-yard line, a pickup of 11 there, and they'll move the chains once again.
And the first completion of the year for Sanchez. Last year he came in with 73 completions out of 110 passes for almost 950 yards, 9 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Here's a handoff up the middle, or rather to the left side, and this is big room here. Terrific run there. Hard-nosed running by Hector Ramirez. And he crosses over into Bobcat territory. And that's another first down.
And this is what Coach Tarantola talked about, that he would like to use as many players as possible, all kinds of wrinkles, handoffs, misdirections, short passes, to try to keep the defense on their toes.
So first and 10. Hand this off. This is Garcia. And not much running room there as he advances for about 2 yards up to the Edinburg 38-yard line.
It's going to be a fast-paced Rowe Warrior team.
So second down and 9 now for the Warriors. Sanchez in the shotgun, has Garcia back there. Sanchez rolling to his right. Is going to pass it toward the sideline. It is caught. That's Mark Hernandez with the catch. And that looks like enough for another first down.
And now the Warrior offense is using the rollout from Sanchez to make it difficult to pin him back on a sack. Anytime you can throw the ball on the move mark and hit your target, that is special.
3 first downs here in quick succession for the Warriors. Sanchez again in the gun. It's going to hand this off to the receiver who goes up the middle. That was Hector Ramirez with his second carry. So they sent him in motion over across the middle and then hand it off to him and run it straight up the middle, trying to take advantage of his speed. Picked up 6 on the carry. And it's second down and 4. Sanchez in the gun one more time. They have a tight end left side. Man goes in motion, handed off, or rather they fake the handoff and flare it out to the right side. This doesn't fool Edinburgh, though. Adrian Bernal is the ball carrier, and is going to be hit for a loss of about 2 yards to the 25-yard line. He'll bring up third down now and about 6.
Defensive play by Rolly Martinez and Joseph Cáceres.
Yeah, minus 2 yards on that completed pass. So it makes it third down and 6 for the Warriors. The Edinburgh 25-yard line. Sanchez has 2 receivers to his right. Now another man coming in motion. They fake the handoff, and Sanchez is going to get sacked. Ball comes loose, but I say he's down by contact.
He's down
Edinburgh
by
did
contact.
recover the ball, but they're saying Sanchez was down by contact, and he was sacked back at the 34-yard line, a loss of 9 on the play.
Pretty much the defense was able to come in and not allow Sanchez any time. Number 45 for the Bobcats. He came in there real quickly, James Champion. And in this situation, Mark, where the ball is at the 33-yard line, they're going to go for it even though it's 4th and 15. You pretty much can't punt in that.
Yeah, they're kind of in that tween area, but 4th and 15. They'll roll the dice here a little bit here with 7:40 to go here in the first quarter. And now we've got a stoppage. It's going to be a timeout called by Nikki Rowe.
Rowe, first charge timeout of the half.
So we'll take a quick break. 4th down and 15 situation here for the Warriors with 7:46 to play in the first quarter. No score. And you're watching Football Night in McAllen right on MITV.
Tired of games, gimmicks, and tricks at other dealerships? Come to Bogus on either end of the valley and get a real deal. It's better at Bogus in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at BogusFords.com.
For their support of McAllen ISD Athletics. What's going on in here in this timeout, Mario?
Well, Coach Tarantola, the new offensive coordinator, he came from the state of Washington, very excited, wanted to get away from the cold weather. So that's what he told me. But Mark, if this is an indication of Nikki Rowe Warrior football. It's going to be exciting. I mean, they're in a hurry, they're in a rush, but that puts the defense on their toes.
Yeah, they definitely have a frenetic pace. 4th and 15 now. See if they really do go for it. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, and then they are. They snap it to Sanchez. Throws it over the middle. It's caught and down inside the 15-yard line. That's Adrian Bernal, and he's got the first down. 4th and 15, and the Warriors pull it out. Bernal was wide open over the middle, and a nice soft touch there by Sanchez. We'll take a look at the replay here and look at the poise Sanchez throws just to drift it right in there.
And that extra effort after the catch, the YAC stat came in handy, and that's why they got the first down, Mark.
Freddie Cifuentes with the tackle, but not before they picked up 21 yards to the 13-yard line. On 4th and 15, that was pretty. Here's a handoff to Garcia. Garcia bottled up after a short gain.
As you can see, Mark, substitutions, 2 or 3 kids are coming in on each play, so you can keep your players fresh.
And here we have a whistle as they hand it off to Garcia, but they stop the play in the middle, and that's usually against the offense.
False start, number 15 in the offense.
And in this offense, Mark, a lot of it is misdirection and players going all over the field. There's a lot of timing to it, so you can expect a couple of mistakes like we have already for the Warrior offense.
Jerry Alanis, by the way, is the referee in charge tonight. So 2nd and 8 becomes 2nd and 13. And here's Sanchez. Has a little bit of daylight to the left. Throws it up for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Sanchez completes the pass to the tight end, William Savage. All alone at the goal line. And the Warriors have a touchdown.
And that was pretty much Sanchez. He's already showing his experience, Mark, because he saw that when he rolled out to the right, there was trouble. Made up his mind, came to the left. And it looked like he wanted to run, saw that there was no way he was going to get any yardage, and spotted somebody downfield, which was Savage, who is actually the backup quarterback.
And Sanchez, who is also a kicker. They've got a lot of diversity here on this team. Sanchez to the extra point. It is up and is no good. Wide to the right. So with 6:37 to play here in the first quarter, Nikki Rowe has struck first. Nikki Rowe leads the Edinburg Bobcats 6-0. We'll take a break as we leave you with a look at the touchdown. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Triple your back-to-school savings at Gonzalez Furniture. 1.
You'll get huge additional discounts on sale-priced items.
2. You'll get free delivery valley-wide. 3.
Save more. Pay no interest for 4 years.
Also open Sundays noon to 5. Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
They're doing the tomahawk chop here at the McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Warriors have struck early. They lead 6-0 here in the mid-first quarter. A beautiful drive. Their first possession of the year. They go 67 yards in 11 plays. And the capper was an 11-yard pass from Sanchez to Savage. Here's the kickoff. It takes a bounce at the 5-yard line. Picked up by Jerry Z there. He's trying to breaks one tackle. Now fighting his way toward the outside, trying to turn the corner at the 20. Gets up to about the 23-yard line before he's brought down by Carlos Salazar. And speaking of Salazar, he was the one that recovered the fumble, Mario, on defense that helped set up that scoring drive.
2 key plays by Salazar. And I don't know if the Warriors are going to initiate that little, what do you call it, that little tomahawk that they place on their helmets. But he definitely deserves one for that fumble recovery.
So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats, second possession. And they hand this off. Looks like Mares. Or correction, that's number 5, Angel Salinas. And Salinas gets it up across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. A gain of about 5. We'll see what the Bobcats can do here. Modest, the quarterback, kind of a rolling pocket to his right, wants to keep it. Is hit by Frank Delgado, the linebacker, and as he is brought down at about the 32-yard line. I think it'll be third down and short.
Frank Delgado on a tackle. So a 3rd-and-1 situation, Mark, is pretty much a running
Yep,
situation.
looks like, so we take a look at the defensive line there. Isaac Mata, Martinez, Avila, and Nate Hernandez. Hernandez returning starter there on that defensive line. Then on 3rd down and 1, Bobcats quarterback keeps it himself. Looks like he has enough for the first down. So they're going to spot him, I believe, at the 34-yard line. He picked up 2 on 3rd and 1, and that'll move the chains.
Well, the chains are not moving yet, Mark.
We take a look at the rest of the starting lineup. Puente Olivares and Frank Delgado back as a starter.
47 on the defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Turned out there was a penalty against the defense, which would have resulted in the first down anyway. And a pretty experienced secondary there. Badetta, Leal, Lopez, and Salazar. All pretty solid. So the Bobcats actually elected to take the penalty yardage there because it got him a little bit more yardage. As here on 1st down and 10, they hand this off to Salinas, and Salinas fighting for his life there in the backfield. It's going to be brought down at about the 36, a loss of a yard.
And Nate Hernandez on the tackle. Nate Hernandez had a great year last year, Mark.
He was one of the players to watch in some of the preseason publications, as there's a timeout on the field right now with 5:03 to play in the first quarter. This quarter being brought to you by Rio Bank. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. Nikki Rowe 6, Edinburg nothing. You're watching Football Night in McAllen right here on MITV.
We live between Weslaco and Elsa. We travel about 25 miles or so every morning. My mother was a high school teacher at Mac High. I've attended all McAllen schools. The school district, it has a lot of challenges and a lot of rewards, and I felt that bringing my daughter here, she could definitely reap many benefits.
And back here on Football Night at McAllen, 2nd and 11 now for the Edinburg Bobcats. Warriors leading 6-0 mid-first quarter. Pretty hot out there here on this August 26th. A lot of humidity. Now snap to Modest in the gun. His pass is batted in the air, and Modest catches it. Catches his own pass. Then a flag goes down as Modest is brought down at the 31-yard line. He lost 5 yards, actually, on a completed pass to himself. You don't see that every day, and that'll look a little odd in the scorebook, but it might be wiped out by the penalty. We'll see what this is about.
It could be a
Jerry Alanis, the referee there. I guess he's asking if they want to take the penalty or not.
I wouldn't. I mean, it was a loss. Why give an extra down?
Block on the back. Number 8 on the offense. The penalty will be declined. 3rd down.
You're exactly right, Mario. Yeah, the Warriors elect to decline the penalty.
And another benefit for, as we see the look at the refs, the referee Jerry Alanis, and then we have Ocaña, Garcia, Fragoso, and Navarrete. But another advantage for Robert Flores is that he's a sports official.
He really knows those rules then. So clock running now at 4:37 to go in the first quarter. Mares out of the shotgun is going to keep it himself. Gets upended about the 35-yard line. Picks up only 4. And the Bobcats in trouble now.
A good job by the Warrior defense controlling the line of scrimmage. But the Bobcats didn't help themselves with the penalty and lack of execution. And that's what's going to happen early in the season. As we had a couple of Warriors on there. We had Isaac Mata and also, once again, Nate Hernandez.
Yeah, 4th and 12. Bobcats look like they'll punt. And Warriors put on a rush there. but they do get the punt off. This is pretty high. It takes a huge Bobcat bounce at the 30 in Warrior territory, now inside the 20, and will be touched dead at about the Warrior 16-yard line. So a huge punt there by the Edinburg Bobcats. Warriors lead at 6-0. Last time they had the ball, they went 67 yards in 11 plays. And the quarterback, Jesus Sanchez, found William Savage in the end zone for an 18-yard scoring play, a play that was helped set up by a 4th and 15 conversion, and they picked up 20 yards on 4th down. Now let's see what the Warriors can do here with 3:50 to play in the first quarter. Man goes in motion. They hand this off to Garcia over right tackle. He's hit and fights his way forward on second effort up to about the 20-yard line. One of the Bobcat players had his helmet come off, so he'll have to come out of the game for one play.
And the mark of a good running back, Mark, is after you get hit, do you continue to gain yards? As Raudel certainly did.
Yeah, Garcia has wonderful second effort. As we see Sanchez, a rollout pass is incomplete, intended for Hector Ramirez, and that'll bring up 3rd down at about 6. First incompletion for Sanchez. He's now just 5 of 6 for 57 yards. As we take a look at the replay here, and I think it was just maybe a little bit behind Ramirez.
A great defensive play by Denanthi Alvarez. That's how you play picture perfect defensive back positioning, and you hit the offensive player as soon as he touches the ball.
3rd down and 6 for the Warriors. They're 21. Sanchez, plenty of time, going to throw over the middle, and tipped and incomplete. Just a little bit too strong for William Savage, who caught the touchdown earlier, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the Warriors bring their punting unit out there. We take a look at that replay, and you can see Savage gave it everything he had, but
he sure
just couldn't
did.
quite reach it.
Slightly overthrown, and those are the type of passes, Mark, as the season goes along. I can assure you that Jesus Sanchez will make those completions.
Raleigh Martinez, the defensive back, defending on that last play. Sanchez, the quarterback, is also their punter, and he'll punt this one off. This is high, going to force the Bobcat receiver back at his own 35. Gets up to about the 42-yard line, about a 7-yard return by D'Anthony Alvarez. And Edinburg will start their third
pretty
possession.
nice punt, Mark.
Yeah, that went a good 45 yards. That's an NFL caliber punt. So we take a look at the replay. Alvarez juked a couple of defenders, but then a couple of Warriors caught up with him, including number 20, Salazar. Salazar having a good night here tonight. Handoff on 1st and 10. Actually, it's a play-action pass, and Mares still has the ball, trying to turn the right corner. Well, that fooled everybody as Mares picks up a pretty good gain into Warrior territory at about the 48-yard line. So pickup of 10, and they'll move the chains.
And that's a perfect illustration of when you execute correctly, you can make things happen. It was an excellent fake by Mares. That fake allowed him to have a big opening to the right side.
We saw Coach J.J. Leja over the Edinburg sideline. He's a Bobcat alum himself, as on 1st and 10, they hand this off.
And on that tackle, isn't it our good friend's son, Martinez?
That's right, Daniel Martinez. He talked to his father before the game. He was one of the first fans in the stadium here to cheer on his son Daniel. Saul Ramirez, the one on the carry of that play, picked up only 1 yard. So we got 2nd down and 9. Mares fakes the handoff and then is hit, and then a couple of defenders corral him back inside Bobcat territory at about the 48. Lost about 5 yards there. It's excellent defense.
Delgado, Frank Delgado, and also Brandon Leal. Delgado, a solid player that's returning letterman from last year.
So this is going to make up 3rd and 13 for the Bobcats. 1:40 to play here in the first quarter, and one of the Bobcat offensive linemen jumps offside.
I do want to mention, Mark, that Frank Delgado at the linebacker position.
Number 47, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Oh, my goodness. That was against the defense.
Against the defense. But Frank Delgado last year was the leading tackler for the Rowe Warrior defense.
So that'll put 5 yards back on there. And it's still 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Bobcats. They're back inside Rowe territory at the 46. Rowe leading 6-0 with 1:33 to go. Modest back to throw, has time, going to throw over the middle. It's tipped, and then it's caught at the 20 and racing into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. A touchdown for the Bobcats, Willie Almeida. And boy, what a fortuitous play there for the Bobcats, as Rowe had tipped the ball in the air and had seemingly played really good defense there, but then it's caught by Almeida. Looked like one of those immaculate reception kind of plays, and he races into the end zone to complete a 46-yard touchdown.
I give credit to Almeida, Willie, as he kept his focus. Not too many high school players would have continued to keep his eye on the ball like he did, and he gets rewarded by a touchdown.
You know, back in my high school days in practice, they'd always do that tip drill, and I always thought that was kind of a waste of time because it never really happened that way where the ball's tipped straight up in the air, but that time it did. Now I know why they do the tip drill.
But usually, Mark, when a tip drill, the defense is the one that benefits, but not on this occasion.
By the way, the extra point try went up, but they had whistled it dead before the attempt. So we'll see what they do here.
False start on the offense. Number 63, 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
So they'll move the ball back 5 yards. That's the first penalty against the Bobcats tonight. And they'll have a slightly longer extra point try. The score is tied at 6 right now because Nikki Rowe failed to convert on their point after their touchdown earlier in the quarter. Abel Alonso is the holder. And the kicker is number 11, David Cepeda. Extra point up, and looks like it is good. And the Bobcats have the lead, 7-6. The minute 21 to go here in the first quarter, and what an amazing play that was. We'll take a look at the replay here as we see on a 3rd and 8. Valdez goes back to throw. Tipped up by the Bobcat defender. It was intended for a different receiver, I'm pretty sure. And Almeida was there, Johnny on the spot, to catch the football at about the 20-yard line, and he raced in from there to complete a 47-yard or 46-yard touchdown pass, and the Bobcats lead at 7-6 here in the first quarter. We'll continue in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
At Rio Bank, we focus on making banking easy and convenient. That's why we partnered with All Points ATMs that give us nationwide access to over 55,000 surcharge-free ATMs. Rio Bank.
Back here on Football Night at McAllen, Mark May with Mario Reyna. Here's another look at the touchdown. Mades threw it over the middle, tipped up in the air by Nikki Rowe, and then you could see that Willie Almeida was there to catch it and race in for the touchdown.
It was actually a one-hand catch, Mark.
Wow. And I think the Nikki Rowe, I think it was Jose Barrera who was able to get his hand on the football on that ill-fated play, as this kickoff is going to be recovered for no return at about the 26-yard line for Nikki Rowe.
And Barrera on the defensive side for the Warriors did a good job of playing his position. The only thing he forgot to do was catch the ball. Maybe he was surprised that it looked like an easy interception, but those things happen.
That's one of those cases where you do everything right and it still goes wrong, but Nikki Rowe's still in it. Only down 1 point here, late first quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll hand this off. Garcia hit at the line of scrimmage and then fights his way forward for a gain of maybe 2. Boy, I like this Garcia, the way he fights. Every time he has the football, he's in for a war.
He's a hard worker, a tough runner. He'll get you those tough yards.
So second down and 9, last minute of the first quarter. Man goes in motion. They're going to flip it to him. That's Ramirez trying to do a bit of a sweep here as he gets up to about the 28-yard line. It'll be third down and about 8.
And this could be the last play of this quarter.
Nice sideline angle right there. And here we are on third and 8 as Sanchez will roll out to his right, being chased, throws toward the sideline, and it is caught. And no, it's not. They're going to rule that incomplete. It looked like Mark Hernandez may have come up with it, and it would have been good enough for the first down, but unable to hang on to the football with just under 20 seconds to go. Let's take a look at the replay here. And yeah, it looks like the ball may have hit the ground there as Hernandez was trying to fight for it. Defending on the play was Raleigh Martinez, and the official there on the spot to call it incomplete. So we'll bring up a fourth down and 8 for Nikki Rowe. Only 3 seconds left on the play clock, so Sanchez quickly signals for them to snap it. Gets it off nice and high. Bobcats signal fair catch. They muff the football and fall on it there at the 39. That was Irving Garcia, who was able to fall on the football at the Edinburg 40-yard line. So just 12 seconds left in the quarter. Looks like we'll have one more play. We take a look at that third down play again, that attempted pass to Hernandez. You could see Hernandez not quite able to control the football as the ball hit the ground. About to start up action again, so we take one last look at that play. Yeah, you can see the ball definitely hitting. As Marez on 1st and 10 will hit Jerry Z, and Z takes a big hit as he crosses the 40 up to about the 43-yard line. And it looked like Alex Lopez lowering the boom on that play.
That play looked like he had a promising, it was going to get some good yardage, but good job on the Rowe Warrior defense, showing their quickness.
All right, we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Bobcats 7, the Warriors 6. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen from Fred's Pharmacy Field.
Triple your back-to-school savings at Gonzalez Furniture.
Now save $800 on a beautiful 6-piece modern-style bedroom set, now only $14.95.
And take advantage of 4 years, no interest.
Plus free valley-wide delivery.
Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
And we're back here in Football Night in McAllen. You have the Nikki Rowe sideline right there. It's the offensive brain trust there talking to the players. And there you see the fans, and that's the student section right there. And you can see the Edinburg fans on the top of your screen there. So we're ready to start the second quarter. Bobcats a little late getting out there. The play clock had already started, down to 12 seconds. Now it's under 10 seconds as they get set on 2nd down and 7. Teams have switched sides. Mata's going to roll out to his right, has a couple of blockers. Good blocking there as he fights his way up for the first down before he's finally tackled and wrestled out of bounds by number 6, Barrera.
Barrera on the tackle. And Mark Matis on the rollout, he did a good job of waiting for his blockers to have the opportunity to have some contact, took his time, and found enough yardage for a first down right at about the 49-yard line.
5 first downs now for the Bobcats. They're going to hand this off, a sweep to Z going left side, and the Warriors are able to knock him down after about a 2-yard pickup. It looked like Delgado in there on the tackle along with a couple of others.
Barrera and Lopez also. That's the best type of defense, Mark, when you have several players on each play, and it looks like the Warrior defense is doing that so far tonight.
We'll take a look at the replay. See Delgado fought off his block. Also a big hit there by Barrera, who's having a terrific night. Bobcats on 2nd down. Run this up the middle. That looks like Mates, the quarterback, who kept it. Brought down by Eric Puente. So I'll bring up a 3rd down and short for Edinburg after they pick up 5 on the play. Bobcats only 43 yards on the ground. but they do seem to be picking up a good 3-4 yards at a time. So third down and short, might as well keep it once again, go over the right guard, and fights his way up to about the 40-yard line. I think he's going to be just short.
And right away, Mark, here, it gives us an opportunity to see what J.J. Leja will do. First-year coach, J.J. Leja. We know that the Warriors went for it on 4th and 15, and it paid off for them. So they are going for it.
Yep, they're going to go for it on 4th down and 1, and Matas will keep it himself. Got it easily behind a huge surge from the offensive line, all the way up to about the 34. So it's a 6-yard pickup. They convert on 4th down and continue with this drive. Now under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
And that's having confidence on your center, because he followed his center up the middle.
Bobcats lead by 1, 7-6. Beginning to threaten a little bit here. 1st and 10 at the Rowe 34. Going to hand this off. That looks like Salinas hit at the line and moves forward up to about the 32 and picks up 2 on the play. Look at this replay here.
First person on contact for the Warriors was Frank Delgado at number 88.
Freddie Ayala. Ayala, who's doing double duty tonight, started at tight end, also playing defense. Pass over to Jerry Z on 2nd down. He doesn't get much as Barrera brings him down. Boy, Barrera is just all over the place.
Also Alex Lopez in the play. Barrera's having a fine night.
They complete the pass, but only pick up 1 yard on the play.
Barrera was the initial hit.
Bobcats are 2 for 4 on 3rd downs in this game. Now facing a 3rd and 7. Rowe with 4 down linemen. Matas in the gun. And he'll hand this off to Salinas. The ball looks like it came out. The ball came out. And they are signaling Nikki Rowe football. It's the second turnover of the evening. And Nikki Rowe has both of them. That one recovered by Frank Delgado.
Number 52, Frank Delgado on the bumper recovery.
Take a look at this replay.
Second turnover of the night for the Bobcats. Delgado at the right place at the right time, and anytime you have a linebacker with an opportunity to get a fumble, as you can take a look at Delgado on the sidelines.
Delgado there on the right side of your screen. You can tell it's a hot, humid night here as we're still in the first half. This is a play-action fake here by Sanchez, going to roll out to his left and hits his man in stride. A great pass there, and that's Freddie Ayala. Made the big stop on defense a moment ago. Now here is with the big catch for a first down.
And Sanchez rolling out against his throwing motion. That has to be the toughest throw for any quarterback. What a job by Sanchez under pressure, throwing against his body and putting it right on the money.
Yeah, that is hard to do. Is you got to open up your body so much, and now he's going to go the opposite side. A quick pass to Bernal. Bernal, who's hit and knocked down by Tony Hernandez from Edinburg.
And Mark, being the first game of the season, both defenses are hitting hard tonight.
6-yard pickup there by Bernal. Sanchez having a pretty big night. He's 7 for 9 for 76 yards. 2nd down and 4. Sanchez hands this off, and big room here for Garcia. Fights his way to the outside. 1st down and more, down the 40, and then pushed out of bounds. Big yardage there for Garcia. Spirited run before he's pushed out by Manny Salinas.
And did you see how fast he got up after he went down? He's ready for the next play. Nice opening on the right side of the Warrior line, and good instincts by Garcia. And he also used that stiff arm to help him gain another 6 or 7 yards.
Well, the Edinburg Bobcats have called a timeout. And boy, Garcia, that infectious enthusiasm he has. Just a terrific, hard-nosed running he has. We've got a timeout called by the Bobcats. Bobcats lead at 7-6. And we'll take a break. You're watching Football Night at McAllen right here on MITV.
Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD.
Back here on football night at McAllen at Fred's Pharmacy Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. The exciting game we've got here between the evenly matched Bobcats and Warriors. Both teams have scored a touchdown. The Bobcats lead by an extra point here with 7.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. And the Warriors, after forcing their second turnover of the evening, have moved the ball downfield on 3 big plays and now have it at the Edinburg 37-yard line with the 1st and 10. Ramirez goes in motion. They hand this off Garcia. Garcia hit in the backfield and falls forward before he's brought down by Alberto Segura.
James Champion was the one that penetrated and messed up that play for a 1-yard loss.
I think that may be the first negative yardage play Garcia's had tonight. He's broken so many tackles. Sanchez play action, wants to throw it over the middle, and this is incomplete. A double coverage down there on Mark Hernandez, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
I like this fast-paced Warrior offense.
Take a look at the replay. Sanchez trying to lay it in there. Hernandez double covered by Rolly Martinez and also Manny Salinas. Okay, 3rd and 11. Garcia goes in motion outside. They hit Bernal on the right side. Then he's hit quickly by Salinas and goes down at about the 32-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down.
And Mark, this is what the Bobcat defense was willing to give the short pass, and I think the Warriors are taking that because that puts them only in a 4th and 4 situation, and we know they converted last time on a 4th and 15.
Yeah, and it's a non-district game, so see what they decide to do here. And it looks like they will go for it. 4th down and 4, and Sanchez in the shotgun. They put a man in motion. Sanchez going to play action, keep it, rolls out, hit his man, 1st down and more. That's Bernal. And Bernal all the way up to the 15-yard line, a 17-yard pickup on 4th down and 4.
Great call. Anytime you find a receiver that wide open, there's got to be a wrinkle that Coach Sean Tarantola found. So they're 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions.
Yeah, this team is money on 4th down. Here they hand it off to Garcia on 1st and 10. He battles his way up for a gain of about 3 up to the 12-yard line. And that's always demoralizing for a defense too, because you feel if you make it to 4th down that you've stopped them, you've done your part. And it's almost like when they go for it on 4th, it's almost like they're getting an extra chance there, and you kind of let them off the hook.
And I don't know if you noticed, Mark, but Raudel Garcia, it takes 2 or 3 defenders to bring him down.
Yeah, he is a powerful runner as they handed it off to Garcia this time. Brought down quickly by number 56, Edgar Arivalo. He was a defensive end who was one of the Edinburg players to watch during the preseason, and we see why on this play.
Boy,
almost a face mask.
Yeah, almost
a
face mask or a horse collar.
So it's now 3rd down. Going to throw it up for the end zone. It's tipped and incomplete. Was trying to hit Hector Ramirez in the right side of the end zone on 3rd down and 5. Goes incomplete. And with 5:01 to go, we'll see what the Warriors decide to do here. They may try the field goal.
I think they will go for the field goal because they have a good field goal kicker in Jesus Sanchez. So they are setting up for the field goal. And this is one of our keys to the game, Mark, special teams.
That's right, and Bernal will be the holder. Set up at his 16-yard line. 26-yard attempt is up and good. 26-yard field goal there for the quarterback, Sanchez. And with 5:01 to go here in the first half, the Warriors have regained the lead. They now lead it 9-7. And we'll take a break, be back with the kickoff in just a moment. You're watching Football Night at McAllen from Fred's Pharmacy Field.
Triple your back-to-school savings at Gonzalez Furniture. 1.
You'll get huge additional discounts on sale-priced items. 2.
You'll get free delivery valley-wide.
3. Save more. Pay no interest for 4 years.
Also open Sundays noon to 5. Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
Back here on Football Night in McAllen. There we can see one of the offensive linemen there for the Warriors. Warriors lead at 9-7. They led 6-0 early, then fell back 7-6, and now have regained the lead here with just over 5 minutes to play here before halftime. It's a hot and humid night. So you can see the players there on the sideline drinking a lot of water, trying to keep hydrated. As Edinburg's back to receive is their wide receiver, Jerry Z, number 8. Up in front of him, ready to block, is Ramon Lopez. Sanchez, the quarterback and kicker, will be kicking off here in just a moment. Sanchez is almost never off the field. Now we take a look at number 83, Damian Guetta for Edinburg. And here's the kickoff by Sanchez. This is going to be kind of a line drive that's going to be fielded at the 24-yard line by number 12, Mark Morales, and he'll take a knee there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at their own 24-yard line.
And Morales was playing it safe, Mark, but he had an opportunity to maybe not call for a fair catch and just take off. Might have gained him another 10 yards.
We're actually going to spot this ball at the 25. 1st and 10 there for Edinburg. Put a man in motion. Modest, the quarterback, fakes it, keeps it, and runs up to about the 30-yard line. Boy, he's quick. Picks up 5 quick yards.
And so far, this Warrior defense is doing a good job, Mark. As you know, last year they were dead last, I think, in defense in the district. They were giving up in the neighborhood of 40 points per game and 400 yards per game, but they definitely look like it's an improved unit.
We're back here on 2nd down and 5. We see some movement, and a flag goes down before they snap it. This will probably be on the offense.
False start. Number 79 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Just the second penalty on the Bobcats, and moves it back to the 25, and now it's 2nd and 10. Taking a look at the replay there. I didn't actually see who moved, but several other people did. So here we go, live action now. Modest wants to throw, has protection, throws down deep, right sideline, and goes out of bounds. Some of the Bobcat fans, I think, maybe wanted an interference, but the play was well out of bounds, and it goes down as an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
And maybe that's why there was no interference, because the defender never turned his back.
I think this is Salazar on the coverage here.
You can see number 20 never turned his back to the ball, but the ball was out of bounds, and that's what they call an uncatchable ball.
First incompletion for Modest, who throws here on 3rd and 10, going deep again, and this is going to be incomplete, intended for Jalen Garza, who's closely guarded there by number 21, Brandon Leal. So two quick incompletions will force a punt by the Bobcats. So he was just a bit overthrown. Leal had really good coverage. Had better coverage than CNN at the White House.
Absolutely, and it doesn't look like there's any wind conditions that's affecting the punts.
And here's the punt by the Bobcats. Is going to take a Bobcat bounce into Warrior territory and be downed at about the 39-yard line for Nikki Rowe. So Warriors will have 2 timeouts to work with and 3:49 to go. They're 61 yards from pay dirt here, and wanting to maybe add a little bit to their 2-point lead here. 9-7, they lead it with 3:49 left in the second quarter.
And we know the Warrior offense is moving the ball, Mark. What do you have for some preliminary stats?
Oh, yeah, the Warriors, 35 yards on the ground, 99 yards through the air. So 134 total yards and 8 first downs for them here in this first half. Bobcats with 58 yards on the ground and 50 on the ground for 108 total yards. Here's a pass, and this is caught over the middle by Sanchez. Completes it for a big first down to William Savage. Savage, who caught a touchdown pass earlier in this game, now has big yardage deep in Edinburg territory, all the way to the 35-yard line.
Boy, that was a pass right down the middle. You can see why Sanchez has a good arm. And Savage with good hands.
26 yards on that pickup to Savage. Man goes in motion. Now here's the blitz, but he gets us off to Garcia, screen the left side. Garcia trying to fight his way to the outside, hit at the 30, and then brought down as he's forced back a little bit to about the 32-yard line. Does pick up 3 yards on the pass play.
And yes, Mark, you're right. They got a positive 3 yards, but this play will not come out on the stats. Sanchez could have gotten sacked and did a good job of getting rid of the ball right before he got hit.
That was number 6, Jose Barrera, the safety, who was coming out. He was in there on that offensive play. And then comes over to the sideline. There we see Barrera is having a terrific game tonight. And here's Sanchez rolling out to his right side. Is hit. The ball comes loose. And we'll have to see what happens here. I think Nikki Rowe retained possession. They do. 2 turnovers in this game by the Bobcats, but the Warriors have been able to hold on to it. Here we take a look at the replay. Sanchez rolling out right and just has the ball knocked out of his hands.
Good job by Barrera.
And one of his teammates able to follow on the football. So that's a loss of yards, loss of 4 on the play. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout.
Rowe.
Timeout called by Nikki Rowe. That's their second timeout with 2:07 to play here before halftime. Nikki Rowe on top 9-7. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen right here at Fred's Pharmacy Field.
When your child enters McAllen ISD, he enters a whole new world. A world embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment. In McAllen ISD, your child is family. Enroll today.
Back here on Football Night at McAllen, Mark May with Mario Reyna will be bringing you all the McAllen ISD games this season, including the Thursday night games. We'll have all the home games of the Warriors, the Bulldogs, and the Mustangs for you all season long right here on MITV. You can watch the games on the Ustream channel on McAllenISD.org. Will, of course, also be heard as a podcast on McAllenISD.org when the game is live on Friday night. And about 1 hour after the game ends, you'll be able to watch the complete game with the video. 3rd down and 11 here for Nikki Rowe. They're 0 for 4 on 3rd downs this evening. Here's a pass over to Bernal, left side, and he fights his way up to about the 35, a gain of only 1, and it'll bring up 4th and long. So they were hoping they could break one there. He could get a lot of yards after the catch.
That's
but
the thought
didn't
process. And talking to Coach Tarantola, he says you throw those short passes, putting your athletes in open field, hoping they can break a big one.
Joseph Caceres with the open field tackle there on Bernal. It looks like they'll go for it on 4th down. They're 2 for 2. Plenty of time for Sanchez. Throws it over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. Almost intercepted by D'Anthony Alvarez. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So incomplete pass on 4th down. And the Bobcats will gain possession now at their own 35-yard line.
Good job by the offensive line for the Warriors, giving Sanchez enough time to let the play develop. And I know the Bobcat number 2 wasn't happy to Anthony Alvarez that he didn't have the interception, but it was better for him not to because they get better field position.
Indeed. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Minute 31 to go. They have 2 timeouts. They hand this off to Saul Ramirez. Ramirez is pulled down by the ankles by, looks like the linebacker, Eric Puente got a hold of him. Gain of only 2 on the play. And the clock is running at a minute 13, minute 12 to go here. Bobcats elect not to use one of their 2 timeouts as Mares is going to roll to his right, got a moving pocket. Now he wants to keep it, trying to dance his way forward, and he's going to be wrestled down at about the 40. It'll be short of the 1st down, so the clock will continue to move, now under a minute. See if they use up one of their timeouts here. And the Bobcats are hustling back to the line of scrimmage. So clock now at 47 seconds.
They're not using their timeouts, and they did not go out of bounds. So
3rd down and 5 now for the Bobcats. Modest back to throw. Has time. Looking downfield, nothing is there. So he's going to try to run it himself, and he's wrestled out of bounds short of the first down at about the 38-yard line. So it'll bring up 4th down, and Nikki Rowe calls timeout. Nikki Rowe using up their last timeout. Not sure why Rowe took a timeout there, because the clock did stop as they were able to knock Modest out of bounds with 26 seconds left. But maybe they want to set up something here for the return to bring up 4th down and 2. So we take a look at a young Warrior fan watching this game. Wonder if this is her first football game.
she looks like she's in game mode, like very serious, looking at all the action.
I think they're having a let's move moment right now. They're showing the cheerleaders up there, and you can see the mascot is going nuts on the scoreboard.
And now that he knows that he's on the scoreboard, he's wanting to put on a show.
See, that scoreboard can make you into a star overnight.
Video board. Look at him put on a show.
All right. And you know he has to be in shape because he wears that full body costume. It's very thick. And in this heat. Amazing young man. The fans showing their appreciation right now of the Nikki Rowe cheerleaders and mascot. 4th and 2. Modest has the ball snapped over his head. He's going to have to fall on it. Loses yardage all the way back to his 18-yard line. It's a loss of 22 yards on 4th and 2.
And Mark, now we know why they called a timeout. Good job by Bobby Flores. So this gives them an opportunity for a couple of plays, see if they can get into the end zone, and at the very least an opportunity to put up 3 points.
Yeah, that was the worst thing that could have happened for the Bobcats. If anything, just simply run the ball and gain nothing, but the shotgun snap went over the head of Modest, and he lost 22 yards. So turnover on downs. Rowe has it, 1st and 10, throw for the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown! A touchdown catch by Freddie Ayala for the Warriors with 13 seconds left in the half, and the Warriors strike pay dirt once again.
And Mark, we talked about the keys to the game, special teams. They did not execute. We also talked about minimizing mistakes, and this play here, lack of execution on the punt for the Bobcats, have cost them 6 points and maybe 7.
We talked about those mistakes, and it's been the Bobcats making the majority of them so far tonight. Bernal with the hold. Extra point try by Sanchez is up and good. And our score with 13 and a half seconds left in the half. It's the Warriors 16 and the Bobcats 7. Let's take another look at this replay. It was a turnover on downs. The Warriors took over at the Bobcat 18-yard line. Just 21 seconds were left in the half. They were out of timeouts. And Sanchez looks like a kind of a timing route.
Yes,
he just lobbed that ball up, didn't he?
It looked like the ball was up there for a long time. And Savage again, the right place at the right time. Excuse me, Freddie Avila. He wanted it more.
So a great play by Freddie Ayala, who was able to outleap the defender to make that catch. Ayala, we've seen him on offense and defense here tonight, and great job of concentration on that to find the football up in the air and then to come down with it in the end zone. So we take another look here. Sanchez just lobbing that up. We can see Ayala uncovered pretty early. Actually had to wait on the ball about a second, and then was able to catch it in his midsection and fall down in the back of the end zone for the second touchdown tonight for the Warriors. They lead it now 16-7. Okay, back to live action now. We see Mark Morales there on the kickoff return team for the Bobcats. Sanchez will kick it. He's going to kick this one kind of high and short. It looks like it. Oh, it stays in bounds. Takes a great bounce. And the Bobcats touch it. The ball's loose. They do recover. Bobcats almost lost it again. That would have been a turnover at the 9-yard line. But the Bobcats able to fall on the loose football. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 9 with just over 13 seconds to play as we take a look at the replay here.
Special teams, Mark, and you're right. I mean, the Bobcats avoided disaster. They could not afford another turnover.
Yeah, almost just a second late was Alex Lopez, who almost dived on that loose football.
Because with 13.5 seconds, that would have given the Warriors at least another shot at the end zone, and if not, an attempt for another extra 3 points.
Yeah, I think the Bobcats will just take a knee here and be glad to finally get this half done with. And thus they line up in what they call a victory formation. And Midas is going to take the ball and take a knee, and that'll be the last play of the first half. So at halftime, Nikki Rowe 16 and the Edinburg Bobcats 7. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have our halftime show. You'll see the Bobcat Marching Band and the Rowe Marching Band all coming your way here at halftime. Hope you enjoyed our exciting first half. We'll have the second half in no time. You're watching Football Night in McAllen here on MITV.
For over 35 years, Fred's Pharmacy has been blessed with great customer loyalty that has put us where we are today. Now we feel it's time that we give back to the community that has done so much for us over the years. We're proud to announce that we've partnered with McAllen ISD as the field naming rights sponsor for the next 10 years. Veterans Memorial Stadium will remain. Only the field name will change to Fred's Pharmacy Field. It's with the great pride that we make this investment for the children and the future of McAllen. Stay tuned for upcoming changes to Fred's Pharmacy to better suit your pharmaceutical needs.
Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, professional licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. They can even specialize. It's all right here, McAllen ISD. Call, click, or visit. Enroll today.